Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Åshild, and for today's video I'm going to do my first update on my No Pan Left Behind project. I would recommend you to go back and look at my introduction for this project because I talk a lot about my new eyeshadow collection, why I chose the different eyeshadows, and just the whole story behind it. And in the introduction, I chose 6 shades from my eyeshadow collection, and I made my little customized eyeshadow palette from that. And since then, I have been using a few eyeshadows here and there, and I feel like I'm ready to switch them out. I didn't use them as much as I kind of was hoping to, but there are reasons for that, and I will talk about it as we go through the eyeshadows. My goal was and is for all the eyeshadows in this project is to use them at least once so that I can, by the end of the project, I have been able to work through and try out all of my eyeshadows in my collection. So like I said, I chose 6 shades last time. I'm going to talk about them, I'm going to rank them, and then I've chosen 6 new shades that I want to work with for these coming days, weeks. I don't know how long, because I haven't set a time period that I want to work with the different eyeshadows. What I have learned, or what has been happening the past few months because of my eye infection, all about everything around that, and you know, my chronic dry eyes and stuff. I mean, I used to maybe do a no makeup day once a month previously. These past few months I have more makeup free days than days when I actually wear makeup. So that makes a big difference as to how little I actually use my eyeshadows, and even if I use makeup, I don't always use eyeshadows because I don't want to provoke anything, I don't want to irritate my eyes. But I have decided to do my eyeshadow today because I wanted to try out some of the eyeshadows that I chose for this new period of time, and so that way you will also see what they look like, because I don't want to swatch them with my fingers because of hygienic reasons. I used to love swatching my eyeshadows, but at least for now I don't want to do that because I'm so scared I'm gonna get another infection. So anyways, we're gonna start with the eyeshadows I was working on, and we're gonna start with my least favorite up until my top favorite. So the first one, which is then my least favorite, is my single eyeshadow from Colourpop. Now, I only used this once, which was in my introduction video, and it is a beautiful shade, but if I would have known how glittery this was, I would not have purchased it, and I'm really sad about that. Also, it had more of a sheer base and then packed with glitter. I wish that it had less glitter, that it was more like pigmented and metallic. That was sort of what I was looking for. I think this would have been perfect if it had the right consistency, the right finish, but it actually really irritated my eyes to the point where I thought I had provoked a new infection. So I've only used this once. I'm like, ugh, I don't know if I'm gonna even try to use it some more because it really scared me. So yeah, not a favorite. So that was a single, but then I chose this metallic ruby red, I would say, burgundy red shade from the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. The shade name is Flare, and same with this one, I also used it only once. I do think this is a gorgeous shade. but I have learned that shades with a lot of red pigment in them can also be very irritating to the eye. And also I have to take into consideration that I have a nickel allergy, and that can also affect how I react to some of the ingredients in eyeshadows. So I think it's still a beautiful shade, but I'm just scared of using it now. Same with this Lethal Cosmetics eyeshadow called Frantic. I did use this twice, but this also has so much red pigment in it. It is like a blood red matte shade, so I'm just nervous to use it, but because it was matte, I wanted to try it once more, and it is a gorgeous shade. I do really like it, but I'm just too scared to use it at the moment. Then we have Helios from Lethal. This is a matte yellow. I also used this one twice. I think this is a little bit better, but you also have to be careful with yellowy shades as well for some reason. I don't know why. I googled it. But again, I really love this shade too. So those were all from my customized 12 pan palette from Lethal. And then I chose a shade from the Stone called Fox palette, which was called Play It Cool. And I also used this one twice. This was a beautiful shade. I loved it all over the eye. I loved it in the crease. But again, it does have some sparkles, although I don't think it was super irritating. So I probably could have used this again without any big worries. And then lastly at the top, this is my favorite. This is Habitat from Lethal Cosmetics as well. I also used this one twice, and this is such a gorgeous shade. I actually paired it with my bronzer. I used my bronzer as an eyeshadow as well, and I loved that combination. Just the perfect green shade for the fall. So I did think all of these shades were very fall appropriate. I thought they worked well together, but again, there were too many shades that I was just nervous about using. So that is kind of what I've been taking into consideration as I chose my new shades for my customized eyeshadow palette. So these are the new shades that I'm going to work on. We're going to go through them one by one. Again, we're waiting on the Rose Quartz Huda Beauty. I cannot wait to start using this, but I still want to... I'm not able to take out any of the eyeshadows, so for that reason, I want to wait just a little bit for hygienic reasons, because when I'm able to take them out, I know that there's even a lesser chance that other shades in the palette would be infected. I know I'm being like overly protective and careful here, but I'm just really scared that I'm gonna get all these struggles that I had a few weeks ago back. Also don't really know if I love this lipstick. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna declutter it or not. It is from Milani, number 68. So I chose two shades from the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. The first one is called Faye. This is a neutral leaning, like a hint of green to this. It's like almost like a cocky kind of shade. Not even a cocky. I don't know how to describe this, but it's like a beigey tone with some green undertones to it. I didn't use this in today's eyeshadow look, but I cannot wait to try it. And then the other one I did use today. I used it kind of in the crease and just all over the lid before I went and applied the more metallic-y shade that I have on. So this one is called Belle, and this is a matte medium pink shade. On the warmer side, I would say. I don't feel like this would be great as a one and done shade because it has so much pink to it. It's kind of before I applied the metallic shade, it looked a little bit, I looked more sick with this shade, and that's not a look I want to go for. But I think using it as a crease shade or warming up the outer part of the eyelid or something like that would be perfect usage for this shade. And then I chose 3 shades from the Colourpop Stone Cold Fox palette. First up we have Stone Age, which is a warm matte medium mauvey shade, and I do think this is more suitable to apply on the entire lid as a one and done eyeshadow, so I'm gonna try that one day. Today I have it on or in my crease or right above my crease. Then we have Rumor Mill, which is a warm matte medium gray, and again I have this at the outer part of my eyelids. I thought this shade was gorgeous. I love this. Pairing it with a mauve, perfection. Then we have I Dig It, which is a warm, very, very light pewter shade. On the eyes, it looks very silvery compared to what it looks like in the pan. At least that's how I feel. Like this cool metallic shade, I think goes really well with both grays and pinky shades, and the purple that I chose from the Lethal palette. But I am also nervous because it is a metallic shade and I have to be careful with those shades. But because it's lighter, it didn't feel as like glittery as the Diego shade that I had last time. So hopefully I won't react to this, but it's not, I don't think it's going to be an everyday thing for me anymore to use metallic shades on my lids. That used to be like a staple for me. It would be like something was missing if I used only matte shades, but I think that's what I'm gonna have to get used to moving forward, because with my super dry eyes, it's just not compatible with these sort of irritating eyeshadows. I am starting a new medicine today actually, so I am really nervous and excited about that. Hopefully it will get better. Lastly, we have from Lethal, this actually looks so much like a blue shade, but it is a lilac-y shade. It's called Release. It's a cooler matte, yeah, like a dusty lilac. And I don't have this on my eyes today, but again, I cannot wait to use this. I was kind of thinking this is more typically like a spring eyeshadow, but if you pair it with the right shades, like a darker gray, I think it would look really nice in a fall eyeshadow look as well. So yeah, those are all the shades I want to try to get some use out of these coming weeks, and hopefully I can get some more usage out of these ones compared to the last little bunch I had. Yeah, so that's that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye!